The only thing needed for magic to occur is some form of structure and an open mind. Gene Key 11. With the shadow of obscurity and the city of light, it is the path of idealism. My wisdom story. At home, I was always encouraged to indulge in my imagination. I was constantly dreaming up and acting out stories, and it was wonderful. At school, however, when I got caught staring out the window, I was told to take my head out of the clouds, pay attention and be realistic. So I quickly learned to keep my fantasies to myself. For a long time, no one knew how little I cared about real life, which in comparison to my fantasy life seemed completely devoid of wonder. But my parents sensed something was off. They began to worry. They took me to an even more concerned doctor, who prescribed some pills and behavioral techniques to end the disillusion and bring me back to the world. For a while it seemed to work, and I was able to get off the medicine. But slowly my imagination kicked back in. This time, instead of keeping my dreams to myself, I desperately tried to manifest them. But they could never measure up to my original ideas. Powerless and angry, I tried to push them away again. But this time, the more I tried to bury my fantasies, the darker and more obscure they got. The demons from my dreams became the people I dated. I kept recreating the same awful situations, especially in my intimate relationships. It got so bad I wanted to escape life entirely. Luckily, I had a dream one night where a polar bear walked right up to me with a golden journal, pen and paints in his mouth. The next day I ran to the store and started the first of what would be hundreds of art journals. I drew pictures, wrote poems, and painted all of the feelings and visions I'd been afraid to own. I learned to trust in the images that came to me. Now I always provide a free-range outlet for my imagination, and I find it just naturally. I am embodying and manifesting my deepest dreams. My gift to you. I am here to remind you of the incredible power and potential of your receptive, abundant, feminine, magical, tribal, dreaming mind. I come to give you permission to play with your right brain, with the realms of imagery, archetype and imagination. Trust that everything in the end is a symbol. Whatever comes to you, please do not judge it, over-identify with it, or squeeze it into a preconceived shape. And please don't judge yourself in any way for the unusual or optimistic contents of your imagination. In our modern world, many of us are taught to think of idealists as naive, weak and deluded people, out of touch with reality. It is true that to manifest itself in the world, idealism needs structure. But without knowing our ideals or recognizing our dreams, how can we possibly manifest anything of true value? To bring our world back into balance, we need people like you to practice magical realism, where your beautiful open mind is honored just as much as the logical plans your brilliant left brain might drum up. And now some questions for you to deepen your contemplation. Do you tend to get too lost in fantasy or not take your dreams seriously enough? Is it time to let go of a fantasy that's been keeping you from living and enjoying your actual life? Is it time to take an old, perhaps forbidden or unrealistic, dream out of the closet and give it expression? Find a light totem that holds an energy of one of your deepest dreams or ideals. Find a way to wear or carry it so you can have it with you for as long as you want. That's it. Much love and happy contemplating.